Hi folks, going to do a little unwrapping here of a CD box set, classical CD box set of Leonard Bernstein and the Symphony edition. This is the first volume of a collection of CDs, collection of recordings that conductor Leonard Bernstein made with the New York Philharmonic and a few other orchestras, maybe, perhaps, during the 1960s and 70s for this Columbia label. Very highly regarded series of performances, recordings, very highly regarded conductor, very highly regarded orchestra in their prime, conductor and orchestra, and it doesn't get much better than this. Great conductor in his prime. This is, you might say, his early period. Bernstein maybe had, I don't know, 2 periods maybe, or maybe, you know, he had that 1960s and 60s period with the New York Philharmonic when he was conductor, principal conductor, director of that orchestra, and he was not restrained, but not his performances weren't the kind of extremely flamboyant type of performances that he later evolved into during his 1970s, maybe late 70s, 80s years, when he recorded mostly for Deutsche Grammophon and a few other labels. Some say his conducting in his later years became kind of mannered, with more of extreme tempos, either very fast or very slow. But even those performances are really great recordings that he made in his later years. I mean, you know, it's pretty rare that Bernstein did anything uninteresting. You know, you might not like him, you might love him, but at least he never bored you. And but these recordings he made in the 1960s and probably early 70s, maybe some from the late 50s, are a little more classic Bernstein. The performances are more traditional, and the recordings, you know, on the I guess you would say they're very good. They probably weren't as great as what you would get with RCA during the same period, and Decca, and maybe even Deutsche Grammophon, but they definitely weren't bad. Some people say they were overly tweaked on the treble side for the LP market to try and compensate for less expensive home stereo systems. They boosted the treble, at least that's the rumor. But hopefully these remasterings, I think these are mostly freshly remastered CDs. Hopefully these go back to the original tapes and got it right, and hopefully they sound very well. So enough talking, let's just kind of unwrap this and see what's inside. I don't believe this is an original jacket collection, so it's not going to be very interesting from that point. But I think it does have a big book in here with some pictures, so you might take a look at that. It has an LP-sized book. That kind of turned off some people because it doesn't fit on a regular CD shelf, but I think it's kind of cool. You can always put it on a bookshelf if you want, and it fits, you know, if you have LPs like I do, it fits perfectly with records, so it fits right in there. But let's see what's inside. Here's the book, and we got our CDs right on top. Some of them came loose. Let's take a look at the book first, though. As a listing of each CD on the first 2 pages, first 4 pages. It's got essays in here. This looks like a picture from one of his Young People's Orchestra performances. A lot of children in the audience, casually dressed. Here's Bernstein at a recording session, looks like. Another recording session. And another essay. And here's a German translation for the Deutsche market. So there you have it. This was actually released 3 or 4 years ago, I believe. I don't see a date on here. But here are the CDs. It looks like, wow, it looks like there's a different picture on each of the CDs. So that's a lot of pictures if there's 80 CDs. So he put the Beethoven, he did a complete Beethoven cycle, complete Brahms cycle, Tchaikovsky symphonies, Haydn, here's a Berlioz symphony. So pretty neat, pretty sturdy little, these are not like paper thin, these are pretty sturdy little CD cases they have here. And then just color coordinated depending on the music inside. You can see this, hopefully you can. And there it is. Leonard Bernstein, the Symphony Edition.